Sci-fi is one of the most popular genres alive today, and for very good reasons. It's not just the stunning visuals, unthinkable technology, and fast-paced plots that draw us in, but the promise of new dreams, a good look of who we are as human beings, and as a society, and a brand new unique reflection of the world that we live in. It takes what we know about the world and ourselves, then proceeds to expound on it, deconstruct it, and then launch it across the cosmos in a grand display of surprisingly deep storytelling. It is no coincidence that sci-fi remains a highly popular genre, even in the modern day of technology and the scientifically incredible, when the world seems to be rewritten at least every other week. Let's take a closer look at why we still love it. Sci-fi was originally popularized in the 1950s as technology and commercial television took off in ways many people had never really expected or considered, though a love for futuristic settings and situations existed long before The Twilight Zone and Star Trek took TV by storm. Classic sci-fi books include well-known titles ranging from Orwell's 1984 to H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds. From the very beginning, sci-fi wasn't just made to wow its audience with futuristic tech and scientific technobabble, but it was specifically designed to stretch imagination and make the audience truly think. Sci-fi asks bigger questions than just whether or not there might be aliens. They make us question what we think we know about humanity, technology, society, and much more. From Star Trek tackling societal issues such as racism and inequality, it questions what makes us human every other week, all the way back in the 1960s. And later, The Matrix led us to question the very nature of reality itself. Sci-fi has taken its goals of big questions very seriously over the years. Though sci-fi does have its predictions, such as the Starship Enterprise having automatic motion sensor activated doors long before they were actually invented, and Captain Video and his Video Rangers were ranging across unexplored worlds long before Neil Armstrong ever set foot on the moon. Its goal was never to simply transmit wishful thinking about future technology and science. Sci-fi author Ursula K. Le Guin said, "Science fiction is not predictive, it is descriptive. Instead of predicting the future, sci-fi describes the present, albeit in a way that we don't quite immediately recognize sometimes. No matter how far in the future sci-fi goes, people are still flawed, societal issues are still present, and technology is still useful and awe-inspiring and dangerous." My mentor, an English teacher, once told me that every good sci-fi is firmly wrapped around two things: a present problem and a timeless quality. Without a present problem, such as inequality, to address in the sci-fi, it drifts away into obscurity and irrelevancy, completely unanchored in reality and its problems. Without a timeless quality, such as the strength of human connection, there's nothing for the audience to be touched by, and nothing to ground it. Even at its most absurd, works such as The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, written by Douglas Adams, tackles the concept of questioning why ordinary things are considered ordinary with relentless zeal, while also holding tight to the relatable feeling of not knowing quite where you are and not knowing what to do now that you're there. At its best, sci-fi is entertaining while still being engaging, and strange and exciting while still being recognizable. Whether you are examining the sweeping desert battles on Arrakis, or watching the fall of a galactic republic on Coruscant, you're taking a closer look at the world you live in, whether you realize it or not. Not only does sci-fi help us to understand the world we live in, but helps us to understand ourselves. It inspires us to take a close look at the human condition and question what it means to be human. Hopeful stories like The Mandalorian and Star Trek let us ponder the best parts of humanity and what might happen to us should we let it carry us away. While other shows, such as The Hunger Games, warn us what could happen should we lean with such unsavory aspects of humanity like greed, obsession, and oppression. In addition to all of these, sci-fi inspires innovation and creativity. The creator of the smartphone, Martin Cooper, says that he was inspired by the handheld communicators on the set of Star Trek. 69% of professional astronomers say that sci-fi is what inspired them to go into their chosen fields. Just as we are watching shows about distant planets, SpaceX is planning a manned mission to Mars before the end of the decade, hopefully with better results than a more recent best-selling sci-fi, The Martian. Truly, life imitates art as art imitates life. So why is sci-fi so popular? It asks big questions, it makes us think and dream and innovate, and it entertains us while it does so. Not only does it entertain us, but it relaxes us as it takes us far away from our problems into a galaxy and a story set a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. So the next time you want to watch or read something, perhaps a popular genre that has withstood the test of time might have something you'll end up loving.